Hi, I'm Jason Vial for the Public Informations team, and I came to you guys for a live Facebook video question and answer last week. I wanted to take you guys through the process. I think I mentioned then that I was going to get tested today for COVID-19 and the drive-through testing clinic. And so right now I'm actually going to go ahead and log online and register. That link is online. It's also on the Lassen Cares Facebook page as well as the website. So first off, you click on that link and follow the process through to register. So that's what we're going to do first, and then I'm going to print off my registration so that way I'm ready, and grab my photo ID so I'm ready for when I go up there to go right through the testing. All right, and so I have finished registering, and I've come over to the printer where I have my registration that I just printed out. Also, what you're going to get is you're going to get a what to bring the day of and what to expect. It says to bring this email, a photo ID, or your work ID. Remember that there's no pets or extra people, and to arrive 15 minutes early. So those are the big ones. There's also a video that Project Baseline put out that is 5 tips and tricks that you need to know when you show up to get tested for COVID. So after this, now that I got my registration, I'm gonna grab my ID and I'm gonna head up to Lassen Community College and go through the next steps. Go. All right, so now I am driving up to the college, and I'm not gonna take my eyes off the road, but what you can see as you're driving up here is the COVID-19 testing sign. That's a good sign that you're in the right place. And then you'll see the Lassen College sign right after that. So go ahead and start pulling off. And then when you get in here, you will be greeted by our lovely Sheriff's Department deputy, who is going to give you some instructions. So let's see what those are.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
COVID testing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have an appointment?
I do.
Perfect. So what you're going to do is take a left right here, okay? Keep your window rolled up and have your ID and your paperwork ready.
Awesome.
All right?
Thank you.
Have a good day.
So we're going to roll back up our window. And we're going to go up to this very first testing station. Oh, and there's another little sign here that says keep those windows up. Again, we're keeping those windows up because we want to minimize exposure to the staff that's here today. And one of the best ways to do that, as you can see that they're having all of their protection and their PPE, is for us to minimize that by leaving the windows rolled up. So again, it says please have your ID and your registration. So I think we're ready to go. Now we're gonna pull up to the station 1. This is the first group of people that we've seen since we came in, and they're asking to show our documents. So we have our reference ID and our photo ID. Okay, and so as we're moving forward, we're gonna give a shout out to Hazmat 32 over here. If you haven't set up or registered online, this would actually be the location where you would be able to register. And so again, thank you to everybody who provided Hazmat 32, because that is going to be an area where people can come and register the day of. Again, most of those appointments that are being registered for are going to be probably for the following day, and it takes a little bit of time to do that registration if you come on site to do it. So be prepared and be patient. We're going to be setting up an email, but it's really important that you do get that set up. Otherwise we won't be able to track and get your information back to you in a timely fashion. So make sure to take the time to either register online or stop and register here, but please bring your patients with you. All right, so we're coming down to the second station. Down here, we're gonna figure out what is our next step. We do have our schedule here and we have our ID. So they're gonna guide us through to the next step. Okay, so we're gonna go up to this first tent here. Please stay to the right. So we're gonna pull over here. Let's see what they want us to do next. Okay, so they're asking us to turn off our engine and then show the documents. So our documents, and then they are going to go through and they're going to attach the paperwork to the hood of our vehicle. Perfect, a little further down. And then let's see what they have for us next. All right. So we'll turn our vehicle back on and we will make our way. Okay, so going to the next destination. Waiting for Perry. Thank you. Okay, so up on the front, we have all of the documentation that we'll need for where our packaging and our name and all the stuff that we did in the registration. It was to have that packet ready to go as we're moving to the sample location. And when we come up here, there will be a lovely lady directing us into one of these lanes. We're gonna go to lane 3 or the red lane. And the red lane is this very last lane down here. So the green lane's the first one, or lane 1, yellow lane, lane 2, or red lane, lane 3. And when you come up here, you're gonna pull your car up to where the stop sign is. And then you're gonna stop and turn your car off. So we're gonna stop right here, and we're gonna put our car in park, and we're gonna go ahead and shut it off. Okay, so we are down here, and we are ready. We're just kind of waiting on the nurses. I think they're ready for us. Okay, so they're gonna pull that off, put the hood of the car, and then I think they're gonna tell us to roll down the windows. They check the ID. I'm the right person. Okay, and they're preparing the nasal swab and the solution that you saw Christy and I talk about at the live Facebook video. They're telling us to roll down.
All right, Jason. Just relax.
Okay.
Goes in. There you go.
All right, that wasn't bad at all.
All done.
Gosh, a little eye watering is the worst that we got there. Thank you
very
guys.
much. Have a good day.
Hey, you too. Thank you so much. And just like that, we are done. We're gonna start our car back up, and we are gonna pull on out of here. So again, I mean, I think that process only took us maybe at the most about 15 minutes. We made it from start to finish. You'll see back up here. We'll make it all the way back up to where the sheriff was, and then we'll head on out for the day. So again, there's nothing to be afraid of about getting this testing. There's nothing, it didn't hurt, it wasn't painful. There was a minor tickle that happened. And yes, the most important part is that you will receive your results within 5 days by email. But again, you know, I just want to say, I really appreciate what everybody's doing out here. I really appreciate the public taking the time, to come down and get tested, because without Project Baseline, without taking this step, it's going to be harder for us to move from phase 1 or phase 2 to phase 3. And phase 3 is where we get all of you guys back open and ready to go. So please, please, please come down and get tested. Again, not painful, didn't hurt, maybe a little eye watering. But overall, a really pleasant experience. So come down and get your COVID testing tomorrow.